Hey everybody, it's Dina Rica with the Creativity Cave, and I'm so excited to share with you this really beautiful card. I think the reason I love it so much is it's just so easy, and you could do this with so many different stamps that we have, and I think it would look fabulous. So this is called the spotlighting technique, and I'm going to be using one of our new stamp sets, which I had in my hand a second ago. Here we go. Called Garden Wishes. This comes as a stamp set or as a bundle, and there are gorgeous dies that coordinate with it, which makes it a really fantastic set of stamps for versatility. So let me show you how I created this. I'm going to start with a piece of white cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to take and set this up in my Stamparatus. Because the image that I'm working with is a little bit larger, I find it's easier to just stamp it on my Stamparatus. Okay, I'm going to work with my cardstock out in the corner here, and I'll just put my magnet over like so, and I want my image to be stamped right about here. I want the very bottom edge to just go just a touch off of my cardstock. Okay, so I'll pick that up, and I'm going to ink my stamp with some gray granite ink. I love this because it's a nice neutral color with just a little bit of a warm hint of tone to it versus, say, basic gray or smoky slate. So it's perfect for kind of naturey images. Okay, and that looks great. I'll take that out of my Stamparatus, and then I also want to stamp the sentiment on here. And one of the things I love about this set are the sentiments, both the font and what they say. I think they're really fantastic. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use the one that says "Made for a True Friend." And I'm just going to stamp that so it's right there. Okay, it does kind of interact a little bit with the stamping, but I think you can see it pretty well. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is take some dies. These are from the Hippo and Friends dies. There's actually more pieces than this. This is just one of them, and I'm going to take the second to largest panel, and I'm going to die cut this like about there. Okay, so I'll adhere this because I want to make sure it stays straight. I don't want it to get crooked on me when I run it through my Big Boss machine. So I'll just put a Post-it note to hold it in place. I'll die cut this and we'll be right back to finish the card. Okay, so I've die cut my piece, and now I've die cut out a portion of my stamping so that I can spotlight this portion. Okay, so I'll set this aside. And you're going to want some scrap paper for this so that you can protect your work surface from the ink that you're going to use. Now, one of the new things that we have from Stampin' Up! Are these blending brushes. I love them. They make me happy because they work so awesome. You've seen me use blending brushes before. The ones Stampin' Up! Carries are fantastic, so I highly recommend them. I'm going to use a little bit of Pool Party ink and a little bit of Pear Pizzazz ink to add some color to my card. I'll start with the Pear Pizzazz. I'm just going to pick up some of that ink on my blending brush, and then I'm going to work at the bottom. And if you start off of the paper just a little bit, that helps kind of get rid of the excess ink that might be on there. And if you want to add a little more ink, you can just blend until your heart's desire. And there you go. That looks fantastic. Now I will finish up with my other brush and some Pool Party ink. Now, one of the questions I get quite a bit about blending brushes are, do I need one for every color? And the answer to that is no. They do take up a bit of space, and they're not terribly expensive, but I mean, spendy enough that I don't think I want to buy one for every color of ink that I have. So I would recommend having about 10 or 12 at the most, and that will give you most all the colors. So for instance, I will use this one for Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. I will use this one for let's see, Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, and maybe even Garden Green. And then, you know, I've got one for yellows, I've got one for reds, one for pinks, probably a light pink and a dark pink, blues, like Seaside Spray, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, that can all be on one. And what you do when you want to change colors is you get enough ink off of it that you can go on to the next color and it works. You just want to pick a color that kind of goes right. So I wouldn't want to use, say, Seaside Spray with my pool party because too much of that aqua tone will stay in here, and the Seaside Spray is more of kind of a true blue tone. But Seaside Spray will work with, say, Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy because those are just darker shades of that color, or closer to being darker shades of that color. So hopefully that helps. I think about 10 to 12 of these will really be good for you. And I find that I don't use them in every single color, but now that Stampin' Up! Carries them, I might start. So that's my recommendation to you. All right, now let's come back to our card. I'm going to take and adhere the white panel onto my cardstock. What did I do? Here we go. I always lose my seal, and it's usually right next to me, sometimes even touching me. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere this to a layer of gray granite ink, or cardstock, pardon me. And I wanted to really make sure that I could see my background on my card. And let me show you what that is. For my background, I embossed the new paint, I think it's called Paint Texture embossing folder it's in our new catalog. And I embossed that on the full quarter sheet of a panel. Now you can run that through your machine on a half a sheet. So what I would do like this is fold my card base and then run it through so that the folder kind of runs along the edge of the design. Or what you can, and you can feed it through this way. Here, let me show you what I mean. Depending on your machine, though, this folder may not fit all the way through, like in this direction, like this. So I would just line it up to my score line like that and then feed it through. But if your machine won't fit the folder this way, if you need to bring it through this way, then just cut a quarter sheet and then you can run it through that way. But isn't that cool texture? I really like that. Okay, so I'll just adhere this to the front of my card. Okay, so again, it's just going to line right on up like so. And then I've got my panel right here. Now, I wanted to see a little bit more of that texture, so I cut it a little bit tighter than what my sample shows. Okay, so now what I'll do is take this piece and pop it up. It's just such a pretty design, especially with that spotlighting. Now you can spotlight without adding color, but I think spotlighting with adding color really makes it pop quite a bit. Isn't that awesome? All right, the last thing I'm going to do to this card is add a little bit of ribbon to the bottom. So I'll just take a knot, take a length and tie a knot. Goodness, kind of at a loss for my words today, a little tongue twisted. I'm telling you, when you turn the camera on, record, your brain power turns off. It is a struggle, I tell you. Okay, so I've just tied a nice little knot of ribbon on my cardstock panel. I'll trim that down, oops, to be a little bit shorter. And then we're going to adhere this to our card. Now you can adhere it directly to your card, or you can pop it up depending on how much popping up you want to do. You know me, I like to pop stuff up. So I'll adhere this. And I think this is just such a fun technique to try with all sorts of different stamps. Of course, if you like the products that I used, I would be so grateful for your order. You can shop my online store, and I'll have all the products that I use linked in the description of this video below. And you can also click here to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my awesome videos like this one. And a thumbs up is always appreciated with YouTube. They like when you like my videos. It really helps me. Also, if you are interested in joining my new subscription website, I would love to have you. We're so excited about it. I've combined forces with my best friends, Barb Mulliken and Kelly Atchison, and we've created a website called Stamp Happy Academy, and it houses 4 online classes every single month. And you will get, and there's videos for every single project in every single class. It's an amazing deal. And the cost is only $19.95 a month, or you can get an additional subscription to our live classes, which was formerly my Facebook classes with the Creativity Cave. And you can add that to your subscription as well. All these details are on my blog, and I'll post a video at the end of this video to explain the whole thing. It is so exciting, and we are just so thrilled to have this started. We've already had a ton of people sign up, so I know the value is fantastic. If you have any questions about any of this, of course, drop me a line in the comments. Otherwise, thanks so much for stamping with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.